All right, finally got some daylight. It's morning filtered light, but it's summertime and it's showing its true colors, and it's glorious. It's nice. I want to start off by showing something I remember Dr. Silverage, your pal Rodney, showing. It's Fantastic Four, the world's greatest comic magazine. This is a 12-issue collection right here, hardbound, and it's got some of the great contemporary artists and writers. We have Eric Larson, Bruce Timm, Kurt Busiek, Jeff Loeb, and just amazing illustration. Keith Giffen, Tom Sholey, Rick Veit, Bill Ray, Frank Fosco, and Steve Rude, to name a few dudes. And I just couldn't be happier. Got it for $14 from Golden Apple, and they got it out to me real quick. All right, some DC. This is Superman, The Secret Years. Now, this is from 1985, issue 4. Cover by Frank Miller. Writer Bob Rozakis. Kurt Swan penciled. And it was inked by Kurt Schaffenberger. Here we go. The New Adventures of Superman, number 27, from March of '82. Penciled by Kurt Schaffenberger and written by Bob Rozakis. From that same series, we have issue 39. Nice Christmas cover. All right. So, again, we have Kurt Swan penciling, and writing, it's going to be Henry Boltinoff. The New Adventures of Superman, number 42, from June of '83. That's a nice Gil Kane cover.
If I was a tree
right.
growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves.
It's issue 46. I saw these for about 30 cents each, and I couldn't leave them behind. This is issue 46. Another Gil Kane cover. This is penciled by Art Suviak. 1983. Jumping forward a little bit, here is Kelly Jones with a great Batman 527 cover. Inks by John Beatty. Written by Doug Moench.
Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say.
All right. Batman 533 from 1996. We have pencils by Jim Aparo. And inks by Bill Sienkiewicz. A little Punisher War Journal action. Here is, it's a steamy cover. Let's see what I mean. That's issue 53 from April of '93. It's written by Chuck Dixon and art by Gary Corpses. Punisher War Journal 54. Probably the same creative team. Alright, from the ongoing Robin series from September of 03, here's 116. That's a cover by Joe Chen, written by John Lewis and penciled by Bill Woods. Excuse me. I mean Pete Woods. And inked by Archie Great Andrew Peploy. It's 129. That's a cover by Dustin Nguyen and pencils by Giuseppe Camicoli and inks by Lorenzo Ruggiero.
I am all that is man.
From 04. When they weren't working as extras in The Sopranos, they were working on Robin. All right. This is issue 130 from November 04. That's another Dustin Nguyen cover. Writer Bill Willingham. Pencils by John Proctor. And inks by Rodney Ramos. 131, awesome, nice cover. That's from December 04. A similar creative team. Don't worry, I didn't get hot and bothered by the Robin cover. It's just the summer humidity. Although, I don't know, maybe this one. I got a Robin 150, 1 year later. So that's from 2006, covers by Prentice Rollins with Adam Beechan writing and Freddie E. Williams doing the art. $151. Same Joe's. When something works, you come back for more. It was a good gig, so I just kept working on it. And here's 160. Looks like Robin took a couple of moves from Chun-Li from Street Fighters. Pretty cool. Code Dead from October 07. That's a Patrick Gleason cover. And it's inked by Tom Nguyen. Patrick Gleason got a lot of notice for those Spider-Man web profile covers, I think. There's some Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. This is from the Linda Helfon collection. Thank you, Linda. Hope you're doing well. So, from 1962 in the Linda Helfon collection, we have a cover by Kurt Swan and cover inks by Shelley Muldoff. Fun fact, when Sheldon was working on the books, his favorite drink was a Meldoff cocktail. Here is Jimmy Olsen's pal Superman. No, it's the other way around. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen from 1963. We got another Kurt Swan cover. So here is issue 76 from I want to say 19. It could be 1963 or 1964. Jumping up to issue 80. The Brainwashing of Big Jimmy. Well, this looks a lot like what would become Mike Allred's style. It was foggy last night, so it's a little muggy, but it's nice. It's a nice day to be looking at your books. So, moving up just one issue number, we have Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, 91. The Dragon Delinquent. That's a Kurt Swan and inks by George
I've never had
Klein.
much in the way of friends or family.
Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen is in the 70s. This is, well, we'll jump all the way up to 161. And that's a Nick Cardy bell bottoms cover. Oh yeah. I remember my dad explained to me the whole thing about bell bottoms was so you could put your pants on while wearing your boots. Alright. So there was a lot of time these hippies were spending wearing their boots with no pants on, which I understand was a very good time. 20 Center from 61. Same era, but the bell bottoms aren't as pronounced. These might just be like sailor cut, straight-legged. They only bell out a little bit. It's so your slacks don't get caught up in the tongue of your tennies. As you see, Jimmy Olsen has a nice pleat in his trousers, a nice crease. Previous night he was misting with some starch and an iron, listening to oldies, which at the time would have just been what was on the radio. This one is stamped paid right over the exclamation of Jimmy. That's not a problem. But the cool thing is, this is issue 163 and it's the final issue of the run. So they weren't friends anymore after this. They weren't even acquaintances. If Clark saw Jimmy walking down the hall, they would avert each other's eye contact. That's rough, man. However, Superman and Lois Lane kept at it long after her series concluded. He wasn't going to let that go. So I finally got my World Tree. I still don't know. But I finally got my Danny cover. Alright. So this next thing here is, it's part of my love for 1990s Joe Quesada. It's all a big connecting cover. There was a lot of these cool big connecting covers at the time. Wells Portacio had just done like I don't know if they were Wild Storm or Homage Studios at the time, but it was an 8-cover connector. Team 7, Gen 13. I think Union was on it. Wildcats, Death Blow, The Kindred, a lot of cool stuff. But these are for Rob Liefeld's Extreme Studios. So this would be a 9-cover connector. So, yeah, we're just going to look at them. I put them in clear backer boards because because I thought, on the times when I'd want to connect them, it would be easier if there wasn't a whiteboard. So this first one is for Brigade 20. I don't want to get too close to you. The glare really acts up. Here is a Supreme 28. We have What's the Story, Morning Glory 4, with interior art by Mike Diodato.
Dog carcass in alley this morning, tire
I
tread
used to
on burst
confuse
stomach.
Terry Dodson with Mike Diodato. I have since found the differences, and I no longer get swept up in the similarities, so I could distinguish the two artists. This one had art by Murat Michaels. These basically all came out in 1995. I don't know the exact month. I'm guessing Casada completed them all at once, but I don't know. This is all inked by Palmiotti. So you got a beautiful collaboration of the guys that did the book Ash, about the crime-fighting superhero.
If you see
Built it up. I think it ran about 8 issues. The hype was longer than the actual run of the book, unfortunately. Here's Youngblood 2. So this is penciled by Todd Albert Nock. Here's a good one. I like this cover. It's for Chapel 1. That's done by a erotic artist named Kelvin Irving. Strikeforce Assassin. That is inked by Carl Allstatler. Inked by Norman Rapman. I met Norman Rapman in the city of Ontario, California. He was cool. So yeah, this is Profit Annual 1. This came bagged with a card. I had to open it up because I don't like the way the bag looked. Surprisingly, it's not by Platt or Rob Life. So these are those Mighty Mouse Marvel books I was talking about. I just kind of got swept up in them. These were cover swipes before it was quite so common. So a little bit more of a novelty. But it was also kind of like done in the vein of those What the Marvel books. But you'll see what I mean in a second. So here is Mighty Mouse #1. Beautiful tribute to Frank Miller. I remember this, was the Hamburger Helper, the glove that was on the commercials. Same era as the Pillsbury Doughboy. Is it? Okay. So in some cases, they actually would bring the artists on. So I'm almost certain this is a John Byrne cover. I love this, man. Mario Brothers shampoo ad on the back. Right around the era that Valiant had the Nintendo license. See, this is cool. This is a George Perez cover. This is it. Mises. I know, if I have to explain the joke, it's not funny. Believe me, I know. Okay, so this cover is by
Borracho
and I believe we're severing the on these, but in this case, I believe it was George Perez, if I'm not mistaken. This is not a McFarlane cover, but they really captured it.
Never stood one single time
Quite nice, I think.
the county wrong. His mama named him
Especially
Tommy,
on that
but folks just
little
called
mouse
him
shoe.
John.
The way the sole of the foot is drawn. Nailed it. My pal PGH Zombie will appreciate this one because I know, along with myself, he's been duped by the world of computer-generated comics. Issue 7. Issue 8. Shared this one on Instagram a while ago. It's issue 9. Get Out of Town, a Mighty Mouse cover. Take a hike, mouse. No, they wouldn't say that. They're all mice. They would be sympathetic to the mice aspect, but they weren't having the rest of it. And my dad was not a David Letterman fan, so I never watched him. But I still get a kick out of this cover. In my house at 11 o'clock p.m., it was Johnny Carson or Take a Hike. And then I think after Johnny Carson ended, Late Night Columbo. This was a early birthday present to myself. Kyle Rowe. Looks like I'm missing a part of my face. What's going on there? Oh. It's morning light. Creates mirages. Yeah, Kyle Rowe kind of said, if you want to have
Just a perfect
the Alan Moore Swamp Thing run, you got to have the first
Feed
issue.
the animals in the zoo.
And this is the story, I believe it's called Loose Ends, but it was after this one, the next issue, that Moore did anatomy lesson. He had kind of clean house with some of the cast. The characters he wasn't interested in. All right, here we have a Neil Adams, more Mighty Mouse, but this is many years later, Dynamite Comics. Nice Neil Adams.
This little soul of mine is $9.99. And if
More
you got
Neil.
some bread, then you can fix me.
That's issue 3. I don't know how I feel about this one because it's mixing realistic art with the Mighty Mouse cartoon style. I never quite knew how to feel about when they do the whole Who Framed Roger Rabbit thing. Actually, I had to look that up because I for the life of me did not know who actually framed Roger Rabbit. When I saw that movie as a 7-year-old or something, the whole framing went right over my head. I just know that when my father explained that the guy with the tar dropping the tunes into the black stuff was was Iggy from Taxi. Never mind Back to the Future. I wasn't interested in that. I like Taxi. When he explained that was Iggy from Taxi, I got a real kick out of that. That set me at ease. I wasn't scared anymore. If it was Iggy Ignatowski, that was cool. There's issue 5. Couldn't give 3 facts about Ghostbusters or Back to the Future, but I would watch some Columbo. I would watch some Taxi. I would discover Cheers a little later. I was a night owl kid. So this is a tribute to Frank Frazetta's Mothman.
His heart was heavy as night.
This is the same Mothman
So don't cross him, don't boss him. He's wild and he's
folklore of
right.
the same ilk as the Jersey Devil or the Chupacabra. But yeah, pick this cover up. I want to give this a read. I haven't gotten any of the Death Dealer or any of that yet, but I am interested in the Mothman. So this is a Wizard cover I didn't have. I wanted to own. I think I almost have all the Sam Keith Wizard covers now, but this one is also, it has the poster, thank God. I bought it off of Lone Star, so I had a good feeling it would. But we got Del Keown, Sam Keith. This must have been for the Darker Image. And this is cool. Those are all the Wizards that came out up to that point. So that's Rob Liefeld's Blood Wolf, Jim Lee's Death Blow. I'm pretty sure Rob Liefeld wanted to do his own version of Lobo, and that was what Blood Wolf was. And well, Jim Lee's been pretty honest. Death Blow was just him needing to do some of that Frank Miller Sin City kind of art. Can't really blame him either. Once you see that kind of art, it's hard to not want to draw that way. Or at least ink that way, I guess. Oh, my boy Tat Comics. He is a fan of Charles Vess.
I
am too.
in the sewer. It's
I
a
remember Tat
very
was
hot
excited to
job.
share some
You
books
know they
called
won't
Rose,
hire-
and I thought these were what he had. This is Rose 1 from Cartoon Books. Written by Jeff Smith and Charles Vess, art from 2000. But Tat had a different Rose book that I wasn't familiar with. So I actually learned something there. But this is a great story. These two collaborate brilliantly. So here is my boy Trent Kanuga on Minotaur. That's 1 of 4 from Labyrinth Studios. It's Josh Blakelock as penciler. Yeah, you got my boy Trent Kanuga on cover. I don't see these every day, so I went ahead and got 2. Okay, this is The Spectre, issue 0. Sorry, the guy who makes the rounds as a recycler. Just pull that. That's some John Ostrander writing and Tom Mandrake doing the art. Harley
There's
Elseworld
a girl in New York
tie-in.
City. She calls herself a human trampoline.
All right, onward we march. And lo, he said unto thee, go forth and drink Topo Chico. All right. Why don't we take a little Marvel Comics break? That was a good amount of DC there. We'll get back to it, though. This was just the first FF book I remember buying. Not a great one. But issue 375. Writer, penciler, Tom DeFalco,
Yeah, how you like that, y'all? Let's bring it to these losers. Aw, yeah.
Hollow Prison cover.
What you got, huh? You got nothing.
I just always thought it was cool. I never read it when I originally had it. Maybe I'll try to read it this time around. Right, here is another cool Marvel. This is the 90s What If series. So What If number 54. What if Minion had not killed Death's Head? This had a release date of August 93, although the cover says October 93. It was written by Simon Furman.
Nobody knows I wasn't around.
There's a couple cool facsimiles. X-Men 1 facsimile. 1963 X-Men. I think the facsimile was maybe 2022. Stan Lee. Jack Kirby. One more facsimile. Conan the Barbarian 1. 1970 facsimile. This came out December of 2021. Writer Roy Thomas. Artist Barry Windsor Smith. It's a nice The Punisher War Journal. This is part 4 in the Countdown story. So issue 79. Writer Chuck Dixon, penciler Douglas T. Whitney, inked by Steve Marcus. That's a Jay-Z cover. You'd think people would know not to screw over Frank Castle, but it's so tempting. Here's something I've been wanting to read for ages. I remember when this came out too, and I didn't get it. Black Knight 1. This is written by Roy and Dan Thomas and art by Tony Zuniga. Zuniga, that's usually is issue 2. Yeah, Higgy Pop Comics was talking about Black Knight.
Higgy Pop here in the comic room.
These books are pretty cheap too. I was surprised. Issue 3. A guest starring Valkyrie and Doc Strange. Issue 4. That one was penciled by Rich Buck. There's some independent. I don't believe they were talking about this one on Comic Book Man. I'm almost certain they were talking exclusively about Cryptozoic Man. But from IDW, this is Carney, issue 1. Cover by Kelly Jones, written by Brian Johnson, art by Walt Flanagan. It's from 05. Smith is a Ben. Issue 3. These look pretty cool. And I guess I showed those out of order. This is issue 2. Slightly out of order. Make sure to get it right when I read them. Oh, it should be with the other Robins. It's just one I was talking with Big Elbow about. Yeah, I found a 126. Ongoing, July 04. More Fables writer Bill Willingham. And first Damian Scott on the title. First time Steph Brown as Robin. Gotta put those together, Robins. Getting back into some Jeff Smith. Picked up his. He did a little 4-issue spree on. That can't be right. Maybe 2000-ish. A little bit after the Rose story. Yeah. Jeff Smith of Bone did a Shazam story. The Monstrous Society of Evil. And Jeff Smith, just another one of those guys. Infallible. Issue 2. I take a bullet for Jeff Smith.
Oh, dude, you shot him in the dick. Huh? That's not cool, Butters.
Pinky
You don't
toe.
shoot a guy in the dick.
Pinky toe bullet. Issue 3. And issue 4. I just picked up the Odd Cerebus book from July of '93. Dave Sim, writer artist, and just on the background, we got Gerhardt. Just the backgrounds. All right, let's wrap it up. Wrap it up like Michael Rappaport.
I've been a grown-up for a long time now. Can you help me tie this tie because I don't know how? All of my friends are good.
Wonder Girl 4 from October 2002. Excuse me. October 2021. Way off. Writer Joel Jones. Artist Adriano Mello. Issue 5. Same creative team. Issue 6. I think I might have had these, but went ahead and got them again, I guess. I want to go forward in the story, and yet I come home with doubles. Issue 7 from 2021. Writer Joel Jones. Artist Leila DeLuca.
It's been a long time.
Cover Julian Totino Tedesco. Julian Totino Tedesco. He signs TT. Speaking of which, Sacred 6. Writer
I'm gonna shoot you both too. I'm gonna cap some.
Artist Gilham
Now I'm in the closet.
Bulby.
Now I'm in the closet too.
Lucio Barillo.
Ooh, let's go. Okie dokie. Ow, 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 ow.
I still buy these Harley Quinns. When it comes to Derek Chu drawing Harley Quinn, it's just nice. Don't know much about football, but I know I like this cover. Harley Quinn issue 20 from October 2022. Writer Stephanie Phillips. Art George Duarte. And cover Derek Chu. Here's another one. It's issue 14. This time, we still have Stephanie Phillips writing, but art is by Riley Rosmo. All right. So, yep. PGH said, hold out. This book's going to cool off. And he was right. When the Suicide Squad movie dropped, I panicked. I wanted to have the first appearance of Bloodsport immediately. But I bided my time, I waited for it, and sure enough it cooled off, and I was able to get it for a lot cheaper. So here we have Superman 4 from 1986. This is the second volume of Supes. And this first appearance of Bloodsport is the Robert Dubois, the Idris Elba in the Gunn Suicide Squad movie. Now this first Bloodsport would be followed by a second Bloodsport, that's Alex Trent, and he was Adventures of Superman 507. And this is, I believe, John Byrne writing and penciling, and Carl Kessel inking. Really cool. I'm glad I waited. I wanted to impulse that book so bad, but it wouldn't have mattered. He's just so cool in the movie with the modular gun.
Now wait, what's he gonna do next? Hold on a second, what? There he goes. Yeah!
I wanted to have it. We have a beautiful Batman Mask of the Phantasm, the animated movie. Now this is written by Kelly Puckett, penciled by Mike Parobeck, and inked by Rick Burchett, 1994. It's square bound and it's almost identical to the mini that came with the VHS, except it's a regular comic size. Pretty cool. I just wanted that. I might be a Bruce Timm cover, but I'm not sure. They had so many house artists that could basically perfectly emulate the Bruce Timm style. It's hard to know. And these are just some Kevin Eastman pickups. TMNT. What is this? The Armageddon game, issue 3. TMNT IDW 128. This one's cool. Toka and Razar 114.
There's no oats in the bin, 'cause everything is going out and
Davy
nothing's
Jones
coming
looking
in.
sucker here on
Believe
111.
me when I tell you, I have heard the news.
109.
I got those
Monkey
empty
Stickball.
feed bag blues.
Yeah, 108. .07. That's from '07. Writer Kevin Eastman. Writer Sophie Campbell. Writer Tom Wolfe. Art Nelson. A lot of people to write this. That's like a cover swipe of issue 2. And this is just something kind of cool. TMNT Urban Legends 21, cover by Frank Fosco and Eric Larson, January 2020. All right, just a couple more things. I've gotten a little bit more into Thor over the years. I finally can distinguish the Norse mythology from the Marvel comics, and I wanted to read a little deeper. And I saw this bad boy. It's not the biggest omnibus. It's a real approachable omnibus. And it's Journey into Mystery. This is just going to be like the first of the Thor omnibus books. And it covers, so Journey into Mystery 83, all the way going into the Thor title, ending with, can't really see that, about Thor 121. so you figure it's about 38 bucks. So I thought that was cool. These are hard to get up into the apartment, especially when you order a couple of them at the same time. I could barely get up the stairs. I really got an interest in, like, I wanted to go early Fantastic Four, but not that early, because I wanted to give Lee and Kirby a chance to, like, find the characters. So I was thinking, I'll skip the first one. The second one's got a lot of the keys in it. Silver Surfer, The Watcher, Galactus, Black Panther. Let's do one better. Let's pick up the third omnibus. We know by then they'd have found their footing. So that's what I did. I picked up the third one. Get like more off the wall stuff. The Inhumans. Like
You don't see the
later Galactus appearances, you know? And some of the much lesser knowns. Plus, I'm kind of interested in Black Bolt. It's always seemed pretty cool. These last three are all Swamp Thing. And for me and my brother, Alan Moore Swamp Thing is just the best. So I thought, let's just get these. The Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, Volume 1. These are the oversized. This book is supposed to have a really nice kind of felty cover, and this is the Black Label version. Apparently, when they were still putting these out as Vertigo, they were having a lot of problems. It's Volume 2. I'll be honest, I'm not positive how I feel about them changing the coloring. I never had any problem with the coloring, but I do sometimes enjoy seeing books with new eyes. And sometimes recoloring can accomplish that. I think Tatiana Woods did an amazing job initially, and I still enjoy seeing it. But I don't mind seeing another take on it. These were colored by the man who did Oli Optics, did all the Todd McFarlane stuff in the 90s, Steve Oliff. He does good work. Anyway, 1 hour Jamboree video. Thanks for watching. This really catches me up. Hope everyone's having a good summer. And I hope everyone has a great fall. I'm going to go to town editing this one. I've been having a real great time with that. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and take care.
This song's for all the trucks and the cars in the universe, in the universe, in the universe. And this song's for all the trucks and the cars in the universe, USA.